And I'm going to do a share screen now. And we are going to go straight into understanding the numbers and the exclusion clause training and what this truly does for you guys, having a better understanding of the numbers out there, but also being able to confidently use the exclusion clause in that one-step listing process so that you can get more options for a seller, but not lose out on the listing opportunity if those additional quick buy options aren't right for them. So what you guys know, because you've already been through quick buy training, you know that you had traditional listing, but then with quick buy, you have a complete set of selling solutions to combat any seller obstacles to not being able to list their home, not be able to sell their home. You have multiple options to capture that listing with the seller. But what I want you guys to understand with quick buy and being able to have this option, this allows you to meet with the seller face-to-face at more opportunities, to talk to them, to consult them, to see what options are right for them, all of the options that you are offering them. You want to meet with sellers more and more face-to-face, more opportunities face-to-face, because quick buy helps you almost double your listing capture rate with a seller. Now, on average, and these are just national averages, so you guys personally may have a higher capture rate on listing presentations, but the national average with just traditional listing is 40 to 45%. But with quick buy, our partners last year, you guys in home sale and a number of our other partners throughout the United States were able to double their capture rate, 79% with quick buy options. Not just because you're in front of the seller more often, but because you are satisfying their curiosity about what all of their options are. So it truly is about you being able to generate more revenue, being able to capture the listing with all of the options you are offering the seller. And I have another great testimonial for you guys to look at today. This is Kaylee Watson from the Centerville office. She recently used quick buy for a seller that was very interested to see what their cash option was. They didn't take the cash option, but having this option and having additional opportunities to get in front of the seller was the key for Kaylee securing the listing. And by the way, she went under contract in less than a week. So she offered options to a seller. It wasn't right for them, but the traditional listing with her was the right option. So you secure more listings because you have 4 options that only home sale agents have to secure that listing. You've got traditional listing with your forever agent to a seller. You've got the quick buy immediate offer that's 100% convenience, quick buy lock that's 100% certainty, and quick buy leaseback that's 100% flexibility. You have 4 options to secure the listing. More options for you. The higher percentage to secure the listing is the key to you being able to produce more revenue for yourself. Now, talking about the numbers and what you guys do with a quick buy app, when you qualify a seller's home, this is something that you do before a listing presentation. There's 9 questions you answer in the app. It's a very easy process, a very fast process too. It takes all about 60 seconds so that you can know whether or not that home may qualify for quick buy options. And all of the qualifying questions are in the app, so you don't have to remember what they are. Just kind of think that, generalize, is this a conforming property in an active marketplace? So does it look like a number of homes in the area? Is there an active marketplace with recent closed sales that will help support the correct underwriting value of the home? So one thing that I want you guys to think about, and again, questions are all in the app. The home cannot be currently listed either on MLS or listed FSBO, whether it be with you or another office, or it can't have been in one of those situations in the last 6 months. This is something you offer to a seller before they decide how to sell their home. And please be sure when you go onto the app and go into new prospect, you answer and read all the qualifying questions as accurately as possible. This helps you then know whether or not you can offer these options to a seller, and you can better manage the seller expectations when you go and talk to them. So let's go over home that will qualify and a home that would not qualify for quick buy options. So on the left side of the screen here, we have a home that did qualify. It was in good or fair condition. So, hey, quick buy, we are not your local flipper that wants to spend months on months repairing a home. We can't do that because we want you to get the home under contract quickly. So we want homes that are in good to fair condition. This home had recent comps that were available within a relative radius in order to correctly underwrite the value of the home. This home conformed to the area, bed bath count, square footage, maybe lot size, you know, to a number of homes in the area. And this home was also valued over 100,000 in the current market condition. So those are all questions that will be asked in the app, things to think about. So think this is a typical home. It's a home that has comps to support value. It's a home that a large buyer pool would be interested in. So a couple things to keep in mind. Now, on the right side of the screen here, this is a home that would not qualify. It either had one or more of these features here that I'm going to discuss with you. This was either an ugly or distressed home that's been rejected by the marketplace. So a home that a number of buyers have already said they're not interested in buying. That quality doesn't go away with a new buyer with QuickBuy as the owner. So those are homes that we are not looking to purchase. Multifamily, so anything that is 2 units or above, they're not going to qualify. Or commercial properties, land, mobile or manufactured homes. Those are not the homes that QuickBuy will purchase. Any home that's through pre-foreclosure, ongoing foreclosure status, any sort of unresolved liens that are not mortgage liens, or any sort of initial or ongoing bank involvement is not going to qualify. You have a home maybe with the seller that's a unique home or a customized home. So unique doesn't look like other homes in the area, or customized. Let's say a home that's 5,000 square feet in a neighborhood where homes are typically 1,500 square feet. That's customized, that's unique. It's not going to qualify for QuickBuy options because we don't want to undervalue or overvalue a home. Homes that are in rural areas that have excess acreage or also may lack comps or activity is not going to qualify for QuickBuy options as well too. And all of that is on the app. So these are all questions you are going to answer about a subject home before you go on a listing presentation. All of the information you need is likely in county data or an old MLS listing for that home. Now, when you go on the QuickBuy app, what you can do, and you see in this screen here, you've got the new prospect area on the right, but another feature on the app that I want to talk to you about is the comparison calculator, because a lot of sellers, when you go out and talk to them, are going to want to know right away, okay, what is my cash offer look like? That's something you're not going to have, but what you can do, you can prepare them for what a cash offer may net them versus what they may net on a traditional sale with you. And that is all within the comparison calculator on the QuickBuy app. So what you can do, and a lot of agents do this before their listing presentation so that you have some numbers to talk about with the seller. You go on the comparison calculator, you input a few data pieces. So number one, you're going to input your commission, what the full listing commission would be if you listed the home traditionally. Typically that could be 6%, but that's going to vary from home to home and area to area. You enter in then the most probable sales price of the home. So the price that you think the home is going to sell for, not list. And then after that, there's a QuickBuy program fee. This is a sliding scale. Anywhere from 9 to 11% is the typical QuickBuy program fee. It's already programmed into 10% on the app. So I would leave it at that because that's an average. And then at the bottom, there's the opportunity for you to either pay for the QuickBuy admin fee for a seller, but it's already selected at the $7.95 amount that would be billed to a seller. You can leave it at that. And then you hit calculate. And what it's going to then pull up is a new screen that shows with those values that you input, what a seller would net if they listed with you traditionally, what they would net if they took a QuickBuy option, QuickBuy immediate offer, and what they would net if they took QuickBuy lock. It details that, and it has some sections in there from transactions costs, which relates to the commission percentage that you entered into the app, and then other market ready costs or carrying costs that the seller may have if they list with you traditionally. They wouldn't have those costs if they elected QuickBuy, but they're going to have a QuickBuy program fee that's detailed in that screen on the app. Then what it's going to further detail is that net, what the seller can expect, not taking into account closing costs with a traditional sale, what they would net with a QuickBuy immediate offer, the difference in dollar amount. That difference is that cost of convenience. And then it also details that cost of convenience in a percentage as well too. Now, this is the more complex way to detail and describe this to a seller, but it could be as easy as just saying, hey, you know what? The difference between what you would net traditionally if we go on the open marketplace and what you would net with a quick buy immediate offer is going to be about a 5 to 7% cost of convenience. So that is what the seller would be paying additionally to be a stronger buyer, to have certainty, to have convenience. Now, some sellers can take that, they can pay that additional 5 to 7%. Some cannot, but almost all sellers at least want to see what that offer looks like before they decide to sell traditionally. This is the simple way to describe it. This is the very easy way to then see if a seller wants to see their cash option or if they just want to move on listing traditionally with you. When you talk about all of this on your listing appointment with the seller, you're going to go through a lot of the same steps that you already go through currently. So you're going to go through that discovery stage with the seller. You're going to validate and affirm your information that you received from them. Based upon that and hearing what you heard from them, and then you would offer solutions and talk about benefits of the quick buy solutions with the seller. And then for the sellers that truly want to see what their cash solutions look like with you, then you're going to submit everything on the app so that our true analysts can prepare an offer for the sellers to review, for you to take that option out to the sellers for them to see if that option is right for them. And this is when you want to take some marketing pieces that Dawn has prepared for you at home sales so that you have number of different things to talk about at your listing presentation, benefits to leave for the seller to truly see if it's something they are interested in. So in delivering the quick buy option, when you get this from QuickBuy, there's a number of things that I want you guys to think about. Number one, you submitted everything on the app. This is all about you exerting your expertise as a real estate agent, but also being able to offer a solution to a seller where they don't have to do any work. You are their forever agent. You are getting them multiple options. What I want you guys to understand too, our real estate expert is on call to help you, and she will call you. Paula delivers the offer to you via email, and she calls you after you get it so that she can answer questions that you have, questions that you think the seller may have. She's going to give you some best practices in being able to deliver that offer in person to the seller, as well as she's going to talk about some things, remind you of the motivating factor the seller had for wanting to see that cash option. Did the seller need to move fast? Did the seller have a sick family member and they couldn't list their home? Was it a number of sellers together, a family trying to settle in a state and they're out of state? So things like that. She's going to remind you of those sellers' motivating factors to wanting to see a cash option. And what I also want you to remember too is that you are simply delivering options so that the seller can make the informed decisions as to what is the right way to sell their home. When you get the offer from Paula, there's going to be an email and there's going to be some paperwork. Let's go over that email first, and then I'm going to go over the paperwork with you guys as well as all of the numbers. So email you get from Paula, there's 2 data points I want you to focus on when you get that from Paula. Number one, it's going to be the most likely sales price, that first top red circle. That is the contract price. That is the price that QuickBuy analysts, actual analysts, not an AVM, looking at our national MLS database so that they can look at comps that you would look at to determine the value of the home. So that most likely sales price, that $200,000, that is the contract price from QuickBuy. Now in this email, we're also going to have comps that the analysts felt the most compelling in determining that most likely sales price of the home. Some of these comps may have been of the comps you entered into the app, because we do ask for your expertise on comps that you feel relate to the subject home. And some of these comps may also be comps that the analysts felt were just as compelling in establishing value for the subject home. Take a look at both of those data points in the email before Paula calls you. Now, there's also some attachments in the email. There are 5 attachments. 2 of these attachments are going to be the one you simply want to focus on. You don't need to focus on the rest of the attachments unless the seller truly likes the QuickBuy offer. So first attachment, number 1, that's going to be the QuickBuy offer cover letter. This is going to detail the options to the seller, as well as give them a general net on the different options that they have. This is going to detail benefits, and the options to the seller and their net. And then what's going to further break down that net and the differences between the options to the seller is going to be attachment number 5, the program comparison sheet. Now, number 1 and number 5 are truly the 2 attachments that you want to focus on. 2, 3, and 4, the ones in between, you don't need to focus on those unless the seller likes the option. So let's go and let's look at in depth the QuickBuy offer cover letter and then the QuickBuy program comparison sheet. So the QuickBuy offer cover letter is going to be a 2-page attachment. It's going to have the first page being the program options and the benefits of them, so the seller can see the benefits of those options to determine if the cost of convenience matches those benefits and their needs. And then the second sheet is going to break down the net if the seller elected to list with you traditionally, if they elected to go with the QuickBuy immediate offer, or if they elected to go to QuickBuy Lock. There's also areas on the sheet for the seller to initial depending upon which program they elect, as well as sign in at the bottom of it. And if you can get this document back to us, even if they elect traditional listing, we'd love to have it back because we always like to congratulate our agents when they secure the traditional listing with that seller. Now, attachment number 5 that I told you was the other attachment that's important for you guys to look at is going to be the QuickBuy program comparison sheet. Now, it looks really small on the screen right here. I'm going to blow it up on the next screen. We're going to go through everything in the detail, but this sheet truly helps the seller discern the cost of convenience versus their needs and if those match. And if not, it helps them decide to list traditionally with you and to list sooner because they've investigated multiple options with you. So let's look at the sheet in depth and all the different pieces and different portions of the sheet. So things that are going to be on the sheet, and we're going to go with a property that has a $200,000 most likely sales price. So top of the sheet here is going to have the broker commission. That is the commission percentage that you entered into the app when you submitted to us for the QuickBuy offer. Now, the contract price for both traditional and QuickBuy does not change because the contract price is going to be achievable whether or not the seller lists traditionally or decide to take the QuickBuy offer from QuickBuy. Now, this first portion of the program comparison sheet is going to detail estimated carrying costs that the seller would have, whether they're listed with you, and would they have those costs if they elect to take QuickBuy. So commission, again, you enter that into the QuickBuy app. So they're going to have a resale fee or a commission fee, no matter if they elect traditional or elect QuickBuy. In the QuickBuy contract, your commission will be detailed as a resale fee that QuickBuy collects from the seller, holds, and then passes on to you in home sale when you list and sell the home. If the seller elects traditional sale, they are going to have a number of things they're probably going to have to do before they list the home with you, as well as carrying costs and other potential items they'll have while they're on the market. Typically, market-ready costs vary anywhere from 1% to 2% for every homeowner out there that they're getting ready their home before they list and sell it. The seller's also going to have carrying costs while they're on the market proceeding towards closing with you. And if the seller owned the home outright and they had that money in the bank, they'd be able to actually make money on that interest if they didn't elect to sell their home traditionally, if they're able to do a quick sale with QuickBuy. So that's subtotals over there. The seller has a lot of cost of ownership. While they're listing traditionally, they have a lot less cost of ownership with QuickBuy. Bottom part of the program sheet here, this is the QuickBuy program fees, which of course the seller wouldn't have if they elect to sell traditionally with you, but they do have those program fees if they elect QuickBuy. So one thing that I like to ask a lot of agents here, a lot of agents think they see that program fee for QuickBuy, that $22,000, and they think, you know what, I bet QuickBuy is pocketing 100% of that program fee. I can honestly tell you we are not. The cost of ownership doesn't go away with a new owner with QuickBuy being the owner. We assume that cost of ownership. The seller doesn't have any risk because they're selling to QuickBuy, but the cost of ownership does not go away. QuickBuy assumes that. So all of those costs in that first column that the seller would have, hey, QuickBuy now has that as a seller. We've got to do market ready prep. We're going to have carrying costs while the home is on the market. We have potential things that a buyer is going to request of us when you have the home listed for us. So half of that cost of ownership, that QuickBuy program fee, is only what QuickBuy is pocketing. About 4.5% to 5% is what QuickBuy needs to keep the program up and running, to be able to continue to make offers to you and all other home sale agents out there. The other fee that a seller would have if they elect the QuickBuy immediate offer is going to be that QuickBuy admin fee of $7.95. And that calculates out to the difference then of what a seller nets traditionally versus what they net with a QuickBuy offer. And let me show you this on a bigger screen here so you can see that detail, because we break the net proceeds and the cost of convenience out, not just in a dollar amount, but also in a percentage, so the seller can truly see, you know what, if I sell traditionally, this is what I'm netting versus QuickBuy. This is that difference that I'm paying for a convenient, secure, fast transaction. And this is the percentage variance of that. So they can truly see, they can work the numbers themselves to figure out if a cash sale to QuickBuy means a difference to them, or if listing traditionally with you is the best option for them. Now, I also want to go over with you guys the difference on the couple different options with QuickBuy Lock and how that works out for the seller. So we're going to use, again, a sample home that's valued at $200,000. When you get that paperwork, one of those other attachments that you get in the offer email is going to be a QuickBuy Lock addendum. There's going to be some numbers in there. The QuickBuy Lock addendum details everything to the seller. So this is the program where the seller elects to lock the cash offer in as a backup before they list with you, to keep it open for 150 days as a backup just in case they need it. In that QuickBuy Lock addendum, it's going to detail for the seller the height of where we will let you and the seller list their home, as well as if they're still on the market at day 30, at day 60, and day 90, strategic price reductions that the seller agrees to ahead of time to freshen the listing, to make sure that they and you are always targeting the correct buyers for their home. So this is, again, an offer that we made to a seller was $200,000. A QuickBuy Lock, when they're locking the cash offer as a backup, they don't take the lock offer right away, but they offer it as a backup. They keep that just in case they need it. We're allowing the seller to list at $220,000 for the offer we made to them at $200,000. So when the seller sells traditionally with you, but lock the offer as a backup just in case, the only fees that the seller will be paying, and we're going to detail what that is, you got them an offer at $210,000. So you actually got them a higher offer than QuickBuy was willing to offer them. You look like a superstar. The seller loves you. They feel confident because you got them a backup offer that they got to lock in for a small fee and keep that just in case something happens while they're on the market. So that QuickBuy Lock program fee of 1% applies to their contract price. And in this instance, the offer price that you got them while you were listed traditionally was $210,000. Their QuickBuy Lock fee is $2,100. There's also the QuickBuy admin fee of $795. So in this instance, the cost of assurance that you were able to give to a seller was about $2,895. So this is due to QuickBuy at closing. This is not an upfront fee. Think of this as a security net fee for the seller to keep the cash offer open as a backup, to not have to take it, but to keep it open for 150 days just in case. One thing that I want to ask you guys here and think about, do you have any buyer out there that's willing to make your seller an offer that they would keep open for 150 days for no fee at all? I don't think there's any sellers out there, there's any buyers out there but QuickBuy that would be willing to keep an offer open for 150 days for a small fee. This is peace of mind to your sellers. It is a security net, and so many sellers are looking for a security net for a small fee to keep them and give them a backup just in case they need it. The other option, if you and the seller lock the cash offer in as a backup, but if the seller elects to take the cash offer while it's locked in with you, that they're still going to have that 1% QuickBuy program fee. That would then apply to the contract price we made to them at $200,000. And then the seller will still then have the QuickBuy program fee and the QuickBuy admin fee that's detailed in the QuickBuy immediate offer contract. So again, fees that are due at closing, not upfront fees from the seller. Now, the quick buy leaseback option, which with home sales sellers last year, 50%, 50% of the sellers that elected to take quick buy immediate offer also took leaseback. So it wasn't just one option that gave them the convenience that sellers wanted. It was multiple options that sellers were able to coordinate to give them as much flexibility and as much certainty in their sale and their move. So with quick buy leaseback, this is going to be a fee that is 1% of the contract price per month, but then calculated daily, prorated daily for sellers that don't need a full month of leaseback. So thinking about this, the different flexibility and options this offers the sellers, not moving twice, not having to pay for movers, not having to look for short-term housing, short-term storage, no difference in commute to work and school while they're moving and making their next steps. And the lease option offers them not just the flexibility in their move out, but makes them a very strong buyer on their next purchase with you because they've closed on the sale to us. They have their sale proceeds out. They don't have to make a contingent offer. And that truly, it's not hard being a seller right now, but it is so hard being a buyer, being in multiple offer situations. When you can take out a contingency with some of your buyers out there, it means the difference between them winning, their offer winning and not. So thinking about this kind of options you're offering to a seller, it truly helps a seller decide their needs versus that cost of convenience. And what I would suggest you also do is produce a net sheet for the seller like home sale agents always do. So the seller also has an idea of what their closing costs would be for that area. That is something that QuickBuy does not know because we don't have intimate knowledge of the seller's mortgage, taxes, insurance, as well as county information. Produce that net sheet so they can have a true picture of their needs versus the cost of convenience on all options. The seller is going to accept a QuickBuy option over 10% of the time. So there truly are a lot of sellers out there that like this option. But for the remainder of sellers that elect that this is not the right option for them, if they decline the QuickBuy options, know that they are not declining you. They are truly declining an option, a contract, an offer that just didn't make sense to them. Don't stop until you've secured the listing with the seller because you were the one that made these options, their ability to review these options at no charge possible. So several different situations that can happen depending upon how the offer comes out for the seller. But I want you to understand that in any different scenario where the seller has a perception of the offer, it can always be a win for you and the seller. So option number one, the quick buy offer price comes in higher than your CMA value or the perceived value for the seller. You win because you were able to bring an offer that had a higher value than the CMA value, and you were able to offer multiple solutions to the seller. So option number two, this is still a win. The quick buy offer price comes in at approximately the same value that your CMA value came in. Congratulations, you're a full service agent. You brought all of these selling solutions to the table and you reinforced our value. Our value reinforced your expert knowledge of the market because our values were the same. So you brought an offer to the table that was the same value as your CMA. You were an expert and you brought an option that gave the seller the ability to review different options for them. So win number three, the quick buy price comes in lower than your CMA value, but you can still exert your pricing expertise in this situation. Separate yourself from the offer if the seller doesn't like it. Discuss the options while letting them know that you are the expert. You will get them on the market. You will get them multiple offers, seeing what every single buyer out there is willing to offer on their home. Separate yourself from the offer if the seller doesn't like it, because they were able, again, to review these offers free of charge only through their home sale agent. So some features that I want you guys to think about with regards to quick buy: there's no cost for the seller to review the options, no obligation to take them. They have 10 days to decide if any of the quick buy options are right for them. And all of the paperwork comes over to you with the offer, an actual contract that our analysts are preparing for you to take to the seller. Benefits for the seller: certain and convenient close. No money is due up front. Everything is due at the closing from their sale proceeds. So that makes them really be able to investigate and see all the options and determine what is right for them. You are delivering this information so that they can truly decide the option that's right for them. And you're demonstrating your expertise by offering all of the options that you have, all of the selling solutions for a seller. Now, I would like to move on to the exclusion clause and how you guys navigate that with your listing presentation. Now, this is all information that Legal and Home Sale has developed for you in conjunction with QuickBuy. So you guys have a exclusion form so that you can do the listing presentation and get QuickBuy in one step with the seller. So you're doing a lot of the same things you typically do when you go on a listing presentation. You're determining that seller's motivation. Do they need to sell quickly? Are they unable to do temporary housing or trying to avoid moving twice? I.e., do they need lease back with a QuickBuy immediate offer? Will ensuring their home is always showing ready and needing to leave for showings inconvenience them? And will a guaranteed QuickBuy offer on their existing home strengthen the offer they are making for their new home? Again, almost all sellers are looking to buy at the same time. It's not hard being a seller right now, but how hard is it being a buyer with all of those multiple offer situations? This is when then you validate and affirm what you hear from them. So you discuss how you would market their home, negotiate on their behalf, as well as that potential net when selling traditionally. And then you reaffirm what you heard, any concerns that they have, their situation, and review the QuickBuy options and benefits that you feel would appeal to them. And then we want you to secure the listing. So what you would do at this point, you get your listing contract signed. If the seller expresses interest and wants to review an offer from QuickBuy, this is when you have them sign the QuickBuy exclusion clause. You are signing that as well too. One thing that I kind of want to post you guys out here, once the home is actively listed, once it's on MLS, the QuickBuy offer is invalid. So ensure that your active date on your listing agreement allows time to submit for, receive, and review the QuickBuy offer. Then you move on to number 4, you're submitting property details to QuickBuy. So the same day you are at the home with the seller, sorry, it moved along. The same day you are at the home with the seller getting your exclusion clause and listing agreement signed, you take property photos and use the QuickBuy app to submit those photos and additional information we need to receive an official QuickBuy offer. Do this the same day as your listing consultation. Then you're going to receive a QuickBuy offer from our analysts in about 1 to 2 business days. The QuickBuy offer expires 10 days when QuickBuy delivered the offer to you. The expiration date will be on the paperwork and the information that you receive. Now, this is the QuickBuy exclusion clause that you have received that is in .loop that Home Sale Legal produced for you guys. So this is accessible in .loop, just like all of your other documents are. The seller and you, the agent, will need to sign this on the QuickBuy exclusion clause. Your listing needs to be input into Bright as active or coming soon within 2 calendar days of the start of the listing term. Your listing term and active date should allow enough time for you to submit for the QuickBuy offer, receive it, and then have your sellers review the QuickBuy offer. Sorry, it keeps progressing to the next slide. And then when you get the QuickBuy offer, some steps for success that I want you guys to focus on. Make sure that you deliver the QuickBuy offer in person to the seller. Call the seller to schedule a time to deliver the QuickBuy offer so that you can remind the seller of their motivation and review their options with listing traditionally. That's going to net them the most. The QuickBuy immediate cash offer that offers them certainty, with or without leaseback, that offers them more flexibility, and the QuickBuy lock option that offers them 100% certainty. Have your seller review the QuickBuy offer, and then you get to review an estimated cost sheet that you prepare for the seller so that they understand the difference and the costs that they would net. Option number 1, the seller decides to continue to list the home with you and the QuickBuy offer is closed. Option 2, the seller elects a QuickBuy option, and then you list the home for QuickBuy once we are the new owner. Many benefits of using the QuickBuy exclusion clause, both for you as well as a seller. Again, it's that higher conversion rate. So you have a higher chance, almost double, to be able to secure the listing no matter what option the seller elects. More options equal more solutions. These are all of your options, opportunities for you to get the listing in all the different scenarios. You provide these options, the seller decides. Sellers want to be a part of the decision-making process. They want to know they're on the right path to sell their home. Your additional options make that possible and mean more sellers want to talk to you about those options. You are a market leader. This positions you as a real estate resource with more than just the traditional sale option. Market leaders innovate and stay on the pulse of what consumers want. With QuickBuy, you hold your market leader position firm and you rise above the competition with your QuickBuy differentiating factor. So I've got the QuickBuy app QR codes on the screen. I'm going to leave that up for a second. If you haven't downloaded the app, it is such an easy download. It's probably one of the easiest apps you download. You register on it, you get a 6-digit code, you enter that into the app, and then you are ready to use it for any seller's homes that you're pre-qualifying, for any sellers that want to see what their QuickBuy options are. It is all on the app. Please make sure that you download the app if you haven't downloaded it. You don't have to use it. You can play around with it. You can, use the QuickBuy comparison calculator on, to see what that looks like. You can do a new prospect just to answer the questions and see if homes do qualify. I would suggest that you pre-qualify every seller's home before you go out and talk to them, because there are so many sellers out there, so many agents that are surprised that a seller says, hey, you know what? I've been thinking about a cash option. I want to go look at one of these different companies out there. And that's when you can say, you know what? I already pre-qualified you for a cash option. My brokerage works with a trusted investor they work with sometime. I can get you a cash solution. You can decide if it's right for you. And if not, we'll just move on to listing your home traditionally. Don't let your sellers go out and look for these options by themselves, because that is the option. That is the point when you may lose the listing, when a competitor is going to market to that seller once they get their information. When you offer this option, it keeps you in the conversation with the seller, but it also stops any conversations that that seller may have with your competitors about less interesting cash options. So this concludes our training session for today. I am going to stop recording, but I want to open up the forum just in case anyone has any questions on on any of the information I presented, as well as any other information from any other session before. Do you guys have any questions on any of this information or any of the other information? Nope. All right. Well, then if that's it, I'm going to let you guys go on your day. I greatly appreciate your time. Jen Jones is going to have a copy of this just in case you want to review it in the future, but you'll get an email from me. So if you have any questions after today, hey, I'm your QuickBuy person. Give me a call, send me a text on my office phone. Happy to go over anything with you guys. Thanks so much, you guys. Have a great afternoon.